Hey there folks, Graham here and welcome to the channel. And yes, I have played live for the first time. In actual fact, I have now played live twice, and yes, I am trying to learn 250 cover songs. So the questions are why, what are they, and how am I going about it? Carry on watching to find out. Well, to be honest, I'm not normally one for doing covers. I normally focus on my own music. However, some time back I got a request from my local pub if I could host a sing-along evening at the local pub with me on piano and vocals and the rest of the crowd joining in and singing along. Having never ever played in front of a live audience before, this was a little bit daunting, but I thought, hey, I'd give it a go. So we chose 25 classic songs that you can see up on the screen at the moment, and we went for it. And it was a hugely successful night. Everyone enjoyed themselves thoroughly, and there were many requests for a repeat performance. So a couple of months later, we agreed on a sing-along 2 at the local pub. This time I chose another 30 songs, different to the first one, just in case I had any repeat customers. Wanted to keep things interesting for them, and you can see those 30 songs up on the screen now. Once again, it was a really successful night with even more tables booked than there were at the first event, and again it was a thoroughly enjoyable night, not just for the people singing along but for myself as well. So now this looks like it could become a bit more of a regular thing, and also it's got me thinking, maybe I could branch out to some other pubs. And so I thought I probably need to build up a decent catalogue of songs that I'm able to play. As a stab in the dark, I set myself a target of 250 songs. Now, I'm not going to be learning these off by heart. At all of the sing-along gigs, I will have a music stand with the music and the lyrics in front of me. Also, I won't be learning these songs in their entirety, so to speak. What I'll be focusing on is just the main chords to accompany me whilst I'm singing, with a little bit of improvisation and a few flourishes here and there. But these will be sort of customised versions, removing out all like any long intros or long instrumental sections in the middle, and just focusing on the verses and choruses for everyone to sing along to. But it's still quite a task to remember the rhythm of all those songs and how all the melodies go to the lyrics, etc. But hey, I'm up for the challenge, so I'm going to give it a go. My first issue was what songs? Obviously, I already had 50 under the belt, or just over 50 from the previous 2 gigs, but how do I decide on the other 200 songs? Well, the approach I took was to trawl through the internet, looking at sort of karaoke song list websites. I looked at Rolling Stone magazine's top 500 songs of all time and various other top lists such as those. And from that, I went through picking out songs that A, I liked, and B, I thought that the audience might like. And as you can imagine, this leans very much towards a lot of the classic songs rather than necessarily the modern pop in the charts at the moment. And so this is the list that I ended up with. I'll quickly scroll through these so you can get a good idea of the sort of songs I'm going to be covering. So to start with, we got some staples from the 60s, Feeling Good, You've Lost That Loving Feeling, Pretty Woman, House of the Rising Sun, California Dreaming, I Heard It Through the Grapevine, Eleanor Rigby, What a Wonderful World. Then we move all the way through. Let's move down to the 70s. We've got Big Yellow Taxi, Ain't No Sunshine, Take Me Home Country Roads, Maggie May, Crocodile Rock, Rocket Man, Perfect Day, Piano Man, Come On Feel the Noise, Candle in the Wind, Mamma Mia, Bohemian Rhapsody, We Will Rock You, We Are the Champions, Bad Out of Hell, Take a Chance on Me. We move then into moving through some of these. We move into the 80s. We've got Don't Stop Believing, Journey, Betty Davis Eyes by Kim Carnes, Our House from Madness, Come On Eileen, Dexys Midnight Runners, Mad World, Tears for Fears, It's Raining Men, Bit of Cheese from the Weathers Girls, Total Eclipse of the Heart, Bonnie Tyler. We've got a bit of Michael Jackson. We've got some of the Police. We've got the Smiths. We've got some ZZ Top. We've got a bit of Aha, Bruce Springsteen. Lots going on in the 80s. We've got a bit of Kate Bush, Wham, UB40, Marillion, Mr. Mister, Simple Minds, The Waterboys, Bon Jovi. Then if I carry on scrolling through, we get to the 90s and we've got Sinead O'Connor, we've got Bryan Adams, we've got Crowded House, bit of Duran Duran, sort of the later Duran Duran. We've got Four Non-Blondes, we've got Cranberries, Blur, Oasis, Pulp, the Rembrandts, Spice Girls, bit of Robbie Williams, Semisonic, Backstreet Boys. Keeping going down the list, we've got some Kaiser Chiefs thing coming into the 2000s, Coldplay, James Blunt, My Chemical Romance, Kaiser Chiefs, Carly Rae Jepsen, Katy Perry, Tom Odell. A vast eclectic mix of music, but all of which I think are eminently singable to. Interestingly, that list literally covers every year, practically from about 1961 to 2013. I've literally got a song from every year and every decade, bar a couple here and there that are missing. So it's a pretty good cross-section of music across the ages for me to choose from. Every time I do a gig, I'll be choosing 25 to 30 songs from this list. So that's the why I'm doing this and what the songs are. But the next thing is, how am I going to learn all these songs? Well, the first step was to look at the most cost-effective way of getting hold of all the music. Now, I'm not very good at learning things by ear. I need some guidance. And buying the sheet music for all of these songs financially just doesn't make sense. So I came across a website called echords.com. Now, this is in no way an advert for them or anything like that. This is just to show you what I use. Now, on the echords.com website, you get access to a huge catalogue of songs for a fairly nominal subscription fee. And in here, as you can see on the screen, I can look up any song that I want and it'll bring me up the chords and the lyrics. So, for example, if I stick in Candle in the Wind and click on search, it'll bring me up all the different versions of Candle in the Wind. If I click on the original version, you'll see I get this sheet come up with the lyrics, Goodbye Norma Jean, E, an A chord, an E chord, an A chord, etc. And then I can, if I want, put that into keyboard mode, and as well as showing me the chords, it also gives me some handy chord diagrams at the bottom. Now, I'm fairly okay with recognising these chords, but if you were new to this and trying to learn songs, you've got some fairly handy chord structure diagrams at the bottom. You can then either save these as PDFs or print them off, as I do, and stick them on the music stand in front of my keyboard and learn to play them. Another thing which is very good is you can add them to a songbook, so you've got them for easy recall. So if I go up to my account and go to my songbooks, you'll see I have a songbook here with 280 songs in it. I did lie when I said I'm learning 250, that's the basic songs. I've got another 30 which are Christmas only. They're for my Christmas edition sing-along, which will be coming later in the year. And if I click on the songbook, I've got the sheet music to everything that I've saved. One caveat that I would give with this website is that not all of the lyrics are necessarily 100% correct. There will potentially be some small mistakes, and not all of the chords are necessarily in the right places in line with the lyrics, and sometimes they're not actually in the right key. However, for the majority of them, they're pretty much good to go. But what I do is I take these, I print them off, and I play through them along with the original song playing in the background, so I can learn the rhythm and the tempo of the song. And then I make manual adjustments on paper on my music stand. So if I needed, if this A doesn't actually come in here, if it comes in on though instead of new, then I would just scribble that out, move the A across so that I know where those chords need to come in. And likewise, if when I play it, if it sounds out of key in relation to the recorded version, I can transpose using the transpose functions here and move it into whatever key I want to move it into. It's a bit of a laborious process, but it works for me. And as I say, I'm not very good at learning things by ear, so this gives me all of the chords for the songs, and then I can listen to the song and then use the chords that I've got in front of me to play along and work out the rhythm and the pattern of the song, etc. Most of them I know how they go, but you're not always 100% right with what you think you remember about how a song goes, if you know what I mean. But that's it. That's why I'm learning 250 songs. Those were, as I showed you, the 250 songs that I aim to learn, and that's how I'm going to go about learning them, and how I have been going about learning them up until now. And that's the journey I'm going on. I'll still be doing videos on my gear and tech reviews and tutorials. However, I thought for anyone looking to getting into playing live, or wondering how to work out how to play cover songs, this information might be of interest. Oh, and you can find some recordings of some of the cover songs I've already done on my channel, and there'll be plenty more to come. I might even, if I get a chance, try and break some of them down into tutorials. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this little update, and stay tuned to keep up to date with my progress on these 250 covers. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more. But for now, I've been Graham, take care and catch you later.